A shocking news coming regarding Canadian immigration. Mark Miller announced some significant changes in the new immigration rules, as a result of which millions and millions of the migrants may have to leave Canada in 2025. Situation becoming very tough for immigrants in 2025. Some ways to stay in Canada still there. New programs are coming, but the people who are under old programs, they may suffer a lot. I am scared. Many Indians now have very less chances to stay in Canada as a student visa and skilled workers. What Mark Miller told, that is mostly significant regarding currently skilled workers who are working in Canada and student visas. He also mentioned the numbers of the skilled work visa who are in danger, and he also mentioned the number of the student visa holders who are in danger. What's the point of the Mark Miller? And then I will analyze my own opinion as well. First of all, I will quote the Mark Miller, Immigration Minister of Canada, under supervision of Prime Minister Justin. He spoke that 5 million work permits are going to expire in near 2025. Near 2025 mean maybe at the start of 2025 and mid of 2025. And he is telling most of the work permits will not be extended. So this is significant information. And third point, he added that if you will overstay, mean that if you will stay in Canada without your legal permission, mean your work permit is expired and you are overstaying, over border security agency, Canada border agency will work very effectively, and we will enforce deportation of these illegal individuals. Mean he is referring that when your work permit will expire and we will not renew your work permit, you will become illegal, and Canadian border agency is being trained to deport such individuals. The second point he explained regarding student visa holders of the Canada. The Canada, according to Mark Miller, 76,000, in other way I can speak, 76,000 students are getting student visas to be expired in the just start of 2025 and at the end of the 2024, which is already ended. And these students will become illegal, mean they will overstay without visa. And he also mentioned the same sentences that border security agencies will enforce to deport such students who are overstaying without legal visa. The third sentence, fourth sentence is more important now regarding Mark Miller, that we will renew some work permits. We will give some PGWP to the students. And we know some students will get graduate to the postgraduate degree admissions, mean that their graduation finished and they got another admission in postgraduate course in the Canada. But we are just watching those people who will not be able to renew their status, mean they will remain illegal, mean their visa will not be renewed and they will overstay without legal visa. We are planning to remove them instantly from the Canada. And according to Mark Miller, many millions people may have to leave Canada. Now this is the status. Now I will analyze this news in my own circles and you will be able to understand what the Mark Miller wants. Mark Miller wants to reduce number of immigrants in Canada. What was actually happening in the past months? In the past months, when you have work permit, for example, you have 3 years work permit, 2 years work permit, it was much easier game to extend that work permit by legal way. You just apply online and your work permit is extended. Similarly, if you are on student visa and your student visa is finished, you are going to complete a degree, you are very easily can switch your degree, your educational visa into the PGWP, postgraduate work permit visa. If I will count the numbers, our ratio almost 99.9% students were able to get the PGWP in the Canada in the last years. So, what the scaring changes in immigration to decrease the mass immigration as claimed by Canadian citizens, as claimed by Oliver, as claimed by almost all stakeholders of the Canada. These are the immigrants who are causing housing crisis, and PM Justin was little down, and he started capping visas and he started changing rules of immigration. That's the story. Now they are thinking intelligently that how by legal way they can reduce the number of the migrants. One check of IRCC in their hands, they are stopping the passage to the PR, permanent residents. Their first target is to reduce the numbers of the PR. Their numbers of the PR, they had already reduced 500,000 to the 395,000 per year in 2025. Now, how this 125,000 numbers they will decrease? They cannot do any illegal action because the people can go to the court and they can fight their cases. So they are using much technical games of immigration with immigrants, and what they are doing, they are stopping people to reach PR step by step. For example, there are 100 people, students, and they had finished their education, and normally 100 students were able to get PGWP in the last years, and these 100 students were able to get the PR as well. But now they are stopping them at PGWP, and they are telling that you have to apply once again for PGWP, and we will not issue PGWP to all 100 students. You are getting me now. They reduced PGWP 100 to 70, 100 to 50, 100 to 40. Now remaining students which will not get the PGWP, Mark Miller is talking about those students that we did not give you PGWP, you was not eligible, you applied and we refused. Now you have no chance to stay in Canada and you have to leave Canada. This is the point that Mark Miller is explaining. The second point the Mark Miller is telling about the skilled work visa. What is the skilled work visa fate is that normally skilled work visa is not given for 5 years directly, because you have to stay in Canada for 5 years to get the permanent residence. Now they issue LIMIA approved or without LIMIA approved, they give work permit for 2 years, and the condition is that when you will complete 2 years, then we will give you 3 year or 2 year once again. Normally, if you compare with the back 10 years, the skilled workers are good professionals are very easily they can extend their work permits from 2 year to 3 year, and when they are 5 years completed successfully, they are eligible to apply for passport of Canada or permanent residence of the Canada or permanent citizenship of the Canada. Now they are stopping 2 year. After 2 year of the work permit, they say stop here. We will not. I will give you mathematical example once again. Say 200 skilled workers complete their first 2 year work permit, and now they are in Canada. The Canada will say now you have to apply once again for next extension. Now these people will apply 3 years more or 2 years more. Normally in the back, as I'm telling you, in the past they were giving a 3 year work permit almost to all skilled workers because they are experienced and their past scenario was good with the companies, their documents were good. But now they are telling we will only quality people we will keep, and they are playing a very good game because by this way they are able to justify the courts as well. because the courts can ask, because these people can go to the courts, and courts can ask why you are not extending work permit from 2 year to 3 year next. They are stopping the way of the PR. They will not say to the court that they are stopping the pathway of the PR. They will say very straightforward that such persons were not eligible for quality work in Canada, because rules of IRCC is that the only persons who can work in Canada, those persons are technically not available in Canada. So government can justify in the courts that we such people, such professional people, we have already available in Canada. Canadian citizens are available and they are jobless, and such jobs must be used by Canadian citizens, and so that we can save our money, and we can save our we can reduce our jobs, and we can reduce unemployment ratio will reduce, and Canadian citizen must be given chance to work in the companies, and there is a right justification. That is the definition of the work permit of the Canada. You find those people in Canada first of all. If Canadian citizens are not available, or within Canada you are not finding such professionals, then you are able to invite professional people or overseas people, skilled workers. So this is the definition of the work permit. So this is the gap after 2 years. This gap is being used by IRCC to reduce the number of immigrants. Now, good news I will also tell you within just 15 seconds, but just listen this technical point. Now, if you are able to apply for further 3 year work permit, they will give to some people, but they will not give to all people. So if say 100 people are applying for 3 year extension after 2 years, they will give 50 people. 50 people who will not get the extended work permit, that Mark Miller is talking about, you are being overstayed and you have to leave Canada. In other words, they are filtering workers, they are filtering students. Some of them they are allowing to stay, some of them they are not allowing to stay, skilled workers as well. Some are extensions they will give, and students also. Some students will get PGWP and some students will not get the PGWP, and they need to leave Canada. And when they leave Canada, definitely they will be called as a deported individual. And Mark Miller is talking about such individual that many millions people may have to leave Canada under this program. So there are some scaring extensions. Some people may get extensions, some people may not get extensions. But 4 programs announced by Canada just days back, which is a care worker program or a French program and rural community program, these work permits will be extended by all costs. This is a one good news. And the second good news is that some people who are working in companies and whose cases are currently in process for extension, they will be given extra bridging visa to wait until their extension applications are decided. So they will not overstay. I think I am able to convey last point. No, I will explain once again. If you had finished your 2 year work permit and you had applied for 3 year work permit extension to IRCC online, but you are not getting result because results processings are being delayed these days, and you are now without legal status because Mark Miller is telling that you need to leave country if you are overstayed. According to Canadian government IRCC, such people whose cases are in process, they are not over delayed. Mean they are legal until decision. Yes, if your decision comes and they refuse your extension of the work permit, then you have to leave Canada. Thank you very much.